it comes. Nice. How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here. Yet again with another video. Now this is going to be a vlog here. You're not going to be seeing this though for a few days. I'm probably going to be posting this closer, if not on the weekend. Currently Wednesday, but there's a reason for this. We'll get to that in a minute. So a interesting opportunity has just arrived, and I would like to talk about this today. I think it's very related to what I do, and it's related to my interests, and it's related to the channel. So let's get into it. So as you clearly may or may not know, I do work two jobs at the moment. I work one at the school board, so you know I set up computers for a lot of the schools, Chromebooks, laptops for the staff, you name it. We work on some technical issues, whatever, right? My other job, not gonna lie, not super big of a fan of anymore, but that's Sobeys. So Sobeys being retail, we're currently in the meat section, the meat department. I've worked seafood, I've worked a few other little departments here and there, but you know, I've been there for about 5 years, currently, five and a half, whatever. I got an opportunity to replace that one if I would so choose it, and I'm quite leaning towards the opportunity. Not even saying I'll get it, but it's definitely there, and let me tell you why. I think I got a good chance. So it's The Source. Now, if you don't know what The Source is, it's basically just your tech shop. You come in, you got your computers there, you got your Xbox games, you got your Fitbits, you got that stuff, right? And it's retail. But it's obviously a lot smaller. You work with like 5 people, I think, like pretty much at most. And it seems to be a good environment. I say that because I actually know these people. The one I'm applying to, which just by the luck of the draw, my roommate has sent me a picture about this, and it was a link on Facebook from Indeed.com. Of course, I go right to Indeed. I put the resume in. I write up a cover letter. That's in there right away. I don't like the online stuff, which kind of sucks, but I'm lucky here. When I said I know the people, because it's a small community. I come in there all the time. I know the people working. They've got a couple new people working that I don't know, but I know the veterans, I guess you would say, or at least the manager and the assistant manager for sure. Yeah, so I know the store manager. We used to be neighbors, so luckily I might be able to talk to that person and and just let them know, like, hey, listen, I've applied. I didn't really put you as a referral or anything, but it's like, I don't do that without asking. But it's like, just let you know, I've applied, like, there might be something they can do to kind of look at my resume, and possibly get me in there. I don't know. Another thing I'm kind of worried about, though, in all honesty, is I might be overqualified. I'm currently in school taking IT. They kind of see that stuff. I don't know if they really feel for it. Like, I've been told, like, specifically in IT as well, that, you can get turned down because you're just overqualified for a position. And that's something I'm definitely concerned about, but, not necessarily. Another gap would be that I'd be going down to minimum wage. So I'd be down to 11 an hour, where I'm currently at 14.10. Regarding like benefits, I don't even know if I'd get benefits with them, but I don't have benefits anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. But the only thing about the pay scale that would be any benefit of going there is you do make commission off certain things. So like cell phone purchases, for example. So you could really turn that around pretty quick. It also depends how many hours you're working. They're looking for somebody like weekends is a must, which is absolutely what I like anyway. I'm the weekend guy due to college. And, I'd probably work like a shift or two during the week, something like that. Luckily, they don't work past 9, which is nice. Because obviously Sobeys, you will get those shifts that are past 9, and I think Saturday they close at 5. So again, I work Saturdays where I'm doing like 12 to 9 or 1 to 10. They're pretty greasy, and they don't open till 9 or 9:30. So again, there's some leeway time that, I might not necessarily get that 8 to 5 that I do like working. Well, I really don't, but you know what I mean. Like that 8 to 5, you get those good 9 hours in there. But at the same time, again, I could make up for the shift or two during the week to get those extra couple hours if I need so. Yeah, and then Sunday, it's only 12 to 5, because it's in a mall. The mall's only open 12 to 5 on Sunday, so it's perfect. Like, I'm not working any longer than 5 hours on a Sunday, which is nice, because I could use that extra time for my assignments or whatever. There's a kid coming here. We're gonna go real quiet for a minute. He's running. He'll be quick. Anyway, but that's the idea. There he goes. All right. So yeah, like I was saying, this is a good opportunity. It's definitely something that I do and I have an interest in. It's all computer related. You know, this is technology related. You walk in there and that's tech, right? I'm the guy, the actual, like, half of the diploma. You set in stone. Like, you know, I've got the first year down of information technology. Like, I'm going for the A+ cert in August. So, you know, I am knowledgeable of this stuff, and it's my generation. You know, you walk in there, any person that works in that building is like my age. Like, they're all like, you know, 19, 20, I'm 25, like, you know, they're around that age, right? You know, young 30s. Like, I'm just saying they're not like seniors. You know, they're not like 60 plus. So the young people have all adapted to this technology. They just know it. Like, you know, you got a 10-year-old nowadays that can troubleshoot computers no problem, because they're just into technology that much that they know. And a lot of it's universally identical in the senses that a lot of times, like, doing something on an Apple device will be somewhat similar to doing something on an Android device. Not obviously identical, but it's the same idea. And once you do it on one, you kind of know how to do it on the other, in a nutshell. So I'm really excited for this opportunity. It might not work out. Like I said, it might not pan out at all. And there's obviously a probability of that. Now, there is an interesting part which I'm not really sure what this is all about. So I sent the application in. Okay, the application, the cover letter, you name it. And I'd say like an hour, to be fair. Could have been a little longer, could have been a little shorter, but something like an hour. And I just received an email, so maybe 2 hours. I received an email, and it wasn't like a generic do not reply email. It actually had like a name with it. So I'm wondering if it's legitimate, and not just like an automatic response to me applying for it. But it wanted me to do a video interview. But I don't think it's an interview. I think it's like they prompt the question, and then I just kind of, I thought it was going to be like a question comes on the screen and I just say an answer, which I think is what it is, because they've got a practice one. So I quickly went to the practice one because I'm at work. So it's just kind of awkward. I don't want to pull my phone out and start talking. So I'll just wait till I get home, because it says you got 48 hours that you should be able to do this. So I can start in 5 hours. I can just go home and go to one of the rooms in the house and just make sure I'm in a good room where there's not a lot of noise, and I can do this interview. Anyway, it only looked like it'd be like 5 minutes. But I think they asked you just a couple quick questions, and then there was like a couple that I had to type out or something. And like the first one comes up in the practice question, it just says, talk about yourself. Tell us about yourself. And then it's like you have 1 minute, right? And then you just have your phone, and you just record your answer. So that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I can talk really fast, and I'm not really necessarily prepared, but I know what I definitely have an idea of what I want to say, right? I'm a college student. I'm taking information technology. I have a massive interest in technology. I've worked retail now for 5 or so years. I'm looking for a little bit more of a change of pace, maybe a little, here's the amount of hours I'm looking for. Here's my availability, and I don't know. I make YouTube videos in my spare time, and I enjoy sports. Right. One of the things it said in the thing that they're kind of looking for is like energetic people. So I am energetic, so I'm not going to fake it, but I'm definitely just going to make sure I show that I am energetic. And not energetic like just bouncing off the walls, but like just excited for the opportunity. And that's the best way to look at it, is being pumped for the opportunity, rather than just trying way too hard to come off like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to say, listen, like, this is an opportunity that I'm looking for. Like, I don't like working around blades anymore. I've lost the tip of my thumb. I've cut straight into this one with a big steak knife. Like, it was one of these thick ones, and it just came straight into it. I work with definitely some toxic people. That's not a good environment. Honestly, it's just really cold. My hands don't have good circulation, and I work basically we're talking 4 layers, and that's what I'm working in. I don't mind like an AC, but that's just too much sometimes for me. Like, I'm wearing, I go to work and I literally have winter gloves, or you know what I mean, like your cotton gloves, and I wear them the entire shift I work. Right, I can't work without them because my hands just start to hurt too much, and it's just not good. And like I said, just a good change of pace I think might be good as well. Even to the point that like the uniform I don't even like wearing. It's just uncomfortable. They're not ordering me anything new. I've been writing it down for a while, and I've just been waiting. Like literally my button-up shirt's like falling apart. And it's like, you go see the source. It's like, man, they can just wear whatever shoes they want. They wear whatever, like just a pair of jeans, and then they just have like the source on their shirt, right? Like, so just a red shirt. And I'm like, man, that looks way more comfortable than what I'm wearing. Like, you know, wearing these like uncomfortable Sobeys pants, and it's like, I don't want to roast Sobeys too much. It is a decent company, but at the same time, I also feel, I wouldn't say like liable, but I feel responsible. Like I've been with the company so long, it's like it's almost hard for me to pull away and do this, because, you know, I do respect my boss. But recently he had said something to me like, kind of, don't leave me hanging, because where I'm working 2 jobs, he didn't want me just saying I can't work for you. Well, they're hiring a new fella, so now I'm thinking like, it might not actually be that bad. But you also got to look at it like in the perspective of, where am I going to be a year from now when I graduate? Well, I might be up in the city, and anybody in this area, which is going to be at that point a few hours away, and I'm probably not coming back too often to see, isn't really going to matter. So I need to do what's best for me, and I think this is a really good opportunity, whether I get it or not. Both are good opportunities. Well, both companies are good. But this might just work better for what I'm looking for. And it's really hard to do that, like you said, because when you get into a company for so long, and you're in that routine for so long, and you work with these people for so long, it is hard to pull away. And especially where you just go into another job that's literally down the road. You know, it's different. And I don't want to come up and say that, and I'm going to get sworn at and cursed at, which very well may happen, which actually is probably likely. But I'm going to have to make sure that when I do, if that happens, that I need to be very assertive, and I need to be, you know, I need to be a little aggressive there. That's one of my biggest criticism in my other video, was why people don't get jobs in the courses they take. Say like you take, you know, you take like, you know, you go CCA, and you can't get a job with CCA. It's because you're not aggressive enough in the marketplace. That very well may be it. And this is one of those examples. This is an opportunity, whether, you know, it's, you know, coming out of college and getting it, and, you know, they want my degree and everything, or if it's literally like a job, like a part-time high school guy could get. But again, for what I'm doing in the year that I'll be there, that would look like the best opportunity at the moment. Again, you still have to be kind of aggressive. You know, to a degree. And if I actually get a physical interview where I'm walking in, it's, you know, it's going to be like dress shirt, kind of, you know, dress pants. I want to look the part. And that's what I know. Like, I'm not rocking a suit to that. I don't think there's any need of that. But I mean, again, you look the part, right? Look the part. Appearance is everything, dude. You walk into an interview in like ripped up jeans, certain companies aren't gonna mind that. And I'm telling you, if you're like in a quote unquote professional company, which that's why I say quote unquote here, yeah, you'll be like literally like turned away. There's people like there's a shoe company in this building, and they've said that, like, they're like, if your mother walks in with your resume, like, we just throw it out immediately. Yeah, if we don't like your resume, it's gone. If you're like, I can only work this, I can only work this, I can only work this, it's gone. Like, if you walk in and, like I said, you don't have that, like, they said at least the dress pants and like a dress shirt tucked in, you know, looking good. They're like, if you can't do that, like, you're not going to be qualified. And they do, in that business, they do dress fairly like fashionable, or, you know, presentable. So again, it's not just kind of come in and wear whatever you want. It's, you got to come in and actually, you got to have to look a little decent, dressed up, quote unquote, in that profession, which is interesting. Which again is like three or like 4 stores down, if it's just in this mall. But anyway, that's all I've got there, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I'll be posting this days after, so you may see a follow-up video like literally the next day or like the following Monday, and we'll talk about if anything's happened. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support on the channel, and that's all I've got. You know what I always say. Cheers.